does not intend to insult or hurt the feelings of Muslims, but its purpose is to show that apostates are human who have feelings and must be given the right to express themselves against their former religion without fear of facing persecution or harm. Simon Wilder, quoting Walt Whitman, Song of Myself, you shall no longer take things at second or third hand, not look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectres in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides, and filter them from yourself. Move ye with honors. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at in another way, even though it may seem silly or wrong. You must try. Now, we all have a great need for acceptance, but you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This is a battle, a war, and the casualties could be your hearts and your souls.
Greetings, everyone. This is me, Zara Jawad. Zara Berserk here. So I couldn't go on my second channel. Last night it was very late and I was exhausted, not feeling well. Okay, I'm going to start with, first of all, where I left off in my previous live stream about freedom for Iran and to remove the Islamic laws and punishment. I humbly submit my presentation and reasons. Life life can be very cruel. People can be very cruel. So let's do our best. If you are able to, if you haven't lost your mind like I have. So I've lost my mind, and I also see the symptoms of Alzheimer's when I read them recently, that my behavior changes very rapidly, and I start to, in my mind, there's abuse also. Like in my normal state, when I would say that this person is really wicked, I don't understand, where does this person come from? Why isn't there any good in this person? But now I don't say it like this. So right now I'll avoid the abuse and all this to show you how I say it. So please, if there's any regard for a person's health and condition, before you impose any Islamic laws on them or rules, we need experts to find out if the person's health is not well. We need to see, for example, in murder cases, common law, mens rea, and mitigating circumstances, why the person killed, murdered the other person, if it comes to murder, that is, taking a life. So in Iran, I heard, I've been looking at many videos, but not completely, don't have the heart. On one hand, the state says that this is done by America and Israel. On the other hand, the women say that they want freedom from this hijab. They feel constrained. The authorities of Iran also say that this lady, they did not, she did not die of being, oops, Just, the police did not inflict harm on her and therefore torture her that she died. Okay, so let's see now. Cannot. I don't know what to say about this, but I wonder if they. All I can say is that I wonder if the Iranian authorities did a check on her health. Uh, did she go to prison? So was she taken to prison for showing her hair, not wearing the hijab properly? Some say she was showing a few strands of hair. She was a Kurdish lady, and it's very, very sad what happened to her, maybe because of her health or because of what the rest people of Iran who are protesting say. Now, you may not like both ways of mine, uh, but this is the way I have to do it, you know. Now, me also, my way you may not like about my case. So let's see Iran, freedom for women. What is the case like this? My own thing is that I had to guess, and I was in this terrible madness, give out names and talk about my privacy was violated. Like I felt I was being watched all the time. As soon as I opened my eyes after sleeping and things like that, so it got too much for me. And whatever I hid within me for many, many years against some of my family members, their names also had to come out. So, first of all, we don't know the other person's suffering, and we can just not talk like that unless we have lived in Iran. And I should have gone to Iran. Um, I should have been there, but due to my health, I can't be there. Need to listen to the women of Iran, the females, and also if the authorities would have allowed me to talk to the authorities there and find out actually what really went on there or wrong. With women, so here we have some news women's rights in Iran. For how long have the women of Iran felt not because of the economy now, but how long, honestly, have the women of Iran felt they have their rights have been curbed and they feel violated by the hijab? So let me see any. I should have been on, the land, that place, researching, but due to my health, I can't even find out who did this to me. Women's rights in Iran. So, and also I have a notification for the video of Dystopia to Reason. I will be going there, hopefully, if I get the notification, because all my phones are silent, but I put on the notification. It's on Iran. So to see whether for this, the Israel and USA have done something. So I'm sorry, I just have to now trust in the media, right? And from one side, we're getting another story. From the other side, we're getting another story. The generations of Iranian women fighting for freedom, BBC News. So last night I realized when I was doing on Bibi Fatima Zahra, I was like afterwards also feeling really scared and guilty. Um, and someone was like, "Why did you?" I felt some, oh, you said this, and so I'm really sorry because uh, I remember someone told me, my father, someone that in Iran or Iraq, they would say that Khaf Meduna, or, we're scared of Bibi Fatima Zahra. And Bibi Fatima Zahra, we are scared of Khaf Meduni or Meduna, something like this on Bibi Fatima Zahra. So the Shias really highly respect Bibi Fatima Zahra because, I can't blame them because the hadiths that have come from the Sunni sources are ridiculous on the and the misbehavior of the some of the al Mu'mineen is like, and yet the Sunnis defend their al Mu'mineen. We cannot say anything, and neither should the Shia say anything. It's really, really terrible. So I can't blame I don't think I should be blaming the Shias for this, for respecting Bi Fatma Zahra, although there is this that she hid herself blind man, from a blind man. But then, like, to show us, it was an example, and we explain. Let's see if we explain this away. And yeah, there are many hadiths which like there's hardly any there's some hadiths where she has to drag her dress and she trips on it and things like that, but I haven't seen any hadith that says in the Sunni sources that states that Bibi Fatima Zahra uh, did something what Aisha did out of jealousy, and even against Hafsa's bowl bowl. So in this all this tragedy, some comedy. I hope I can do this, and you will accept. So what's the pronunciation for bowl? As if it is really, really important to pronounce bowl. So here we have BBC News. Again, I apologize that I cannot go to Iran to interview. I don't have that health. But to speak without knowing what actually is going on, and then what if the women are right? What if they are fighting for their right? And what if this is not an American Israel, uh, you know, conspiracy against Iran or incitement against Iran authorities? What if? So the protests, sorry, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not in your position. Like when I get angry, I come online. I can't have patience. So you can say all the judgments, make all the judgments, sorry, against me. Say what you want to say against me. But only the person suffering knows what they're going through. So you can do your whatever you like, give your opinions. Uh, and as for keeping quiet, also, uh, there's a Urdu song, चुप रह भी नहीं सकते इजहार भी मुश्किल है चुप रह भी नहीं सकते मजबूर है उफ अल्लाह चुप रह भी नहीं something. Okay, I got it wrong a little bit. Helpless, godless. So I admit my faults, my impediments, my incapacitation, if there's a word like that, incapacity, to put it properly. Now, you see, so last live stream also, like I heard this Bhakti Margas, and he's only for Bhakti Marga. He's not like we people. I could be ungrounded and feeling superior. That's what he said in his one of his sermons, religious sermons. That there are people who think I'm communicating with them, and it's not so. So, anyways, I had a dream. I prayed to the Lord and I saw him in my dream, but I still, I said in my live stream that in the nighttime I wanted to unsubscribe to him because I felt no, he's from Bhakti Marga and he's for Bhakti Marga. He, so he doesn't communicate outside Bhakti Marga. And Kalki Avatar should be someone who communicates outside also to help the people who are helpless, godless, and oppressed and have had many religious crises and are going insane and have been in a perpetual feeling, you know, attacked and all this. So no, it's not Paramahamsa Vishwananda who is a Kalki Avatar, although I got signs that he is. But later on, I realized that night that after his religious sermon, that he cannot be Kalki. Yet the things that came to me, mind blowing. But my health was not healed by him, and he says he doesn't communicate to people outside Bhakti Marga. And his Bhakt was, had a heart attack and was gone, but then he came alive. It's his Bhakt. So then I really realized, but then again, my madness. Anyways, that morning I got up, I unsubscribed to him and his Bhakti Marga. And no, okay. I tried to stop. Look, Sarah, I tried to explain to myself that you are ungrounded. And, well, how can you expect me to be grounded when what happened to me in year 1999? But I'm really sorry. So all I can do is apologize to Paramahamsa Vishwananda and the Bhakti Marga if I say anything or, that he's communicating with me. So I had Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, but I couldn't do the yoga thing, exercise. Although he was saying that don't blame yourself on the spiritual level. So there's a kind of a contradiction. I don't know. But he's really nice. At the time when I was following him, I didn't know about Paramahamsa Vishwananda too much. I had just followed him on Facebook. He was saying, "Give all your worries to me." And when I was thinking I can't even do service, I got a post from him, like on the social media, that if you no, if you can't surrender and not even like do service, then what did he say you can do? Just just surrender. Just surrender if you can't do sorry. So I don't mean to misquote, but I'm just guessing, it was some time ago. uh like I said, I can't even uh do service. I don't have the strength. I'm a lousy, terrible in social work. I haven't joined an organization or anything, like Americans have this, or the international amnesty and NGOs and all this. So he just said, just just be something like surrender if you can't even do service to humanity. So that I had to do because I felt I didn't have it in me. I can't give. I can't give anymore. That song, do you remember? If you heard that song, American song. So where so this soul's knowledge, spirit's knowledge, we have been given but little. They ask you, O Muhammad, about the spirit. Say the spirit is of the affair of my Lord. And there was I somewhere in my in my life's crisis, I also had a religious crisis and had to question Imam Hussein's Karbala sacrifice in Karbala. So I felt something was missing. Those, but they would say that Allah is enough for us, and why do we need to know the spirit knowledge when there is Allah? We keep everything on Allah, but that doesn't mean we keep our weaknesses, we give them, and we also work on them, but also like work in life, not just sit there, we were told. So, my thing was that I separated from my teacher, and people thought I was spoiled brat, and I didn't want to work or something, leaving school, Karachi American School. But I have worked in my life, and I realized when my father got married in 1986 without telling us, I told him to leave the house. We will take care, whatever. We'll just put it. That means that I will have to work, and he can pay for my brother's Karachi American School fees in dollars, right? But that leave the house. We'll take care of the house. So that time I realized that I was in O levels, 1986, from 1986 to 1988 O levels, or 85. I realized that you have to work. You have to beat the system here also. You have to go with the system. It's very important that one should not even be dependent on one's father, and not even the wife. But my mother could not start her practice in hairdressing because he had stopped her, saying that, no, we can, I will, 7 generations, I can sit and feed. So, anyways, even if my mother disagreed, she wanted to practice her hairdressing. It wasn't for money or anything. But then, her husband said no. Before that, her husband said no when she was learning driving lessons in Karachi before going to London. Her husband said no, and she just got this lock. Like she just didn't feel like learning driving lesson anymore because she told me my father said no to her. So she had started the driving lesson, and then later on, a friend of mine, thinking we are like rich, and so I would be spoiled and not coming to school, missing school at times, and sometimes I have a lower back problem, or so I had a lot of depression. And you know how it is in depression. Like I told my mother, I can't even dress properly now. For Karachi American School, the whole year we used to shop in London, shorts, trousers, you name it, dresses, this, that, bags for the whole year because we didn't have a uniform in Karachi American School. So the point here, I forgot, left my mind. Okay, so I'll stop this my thing. Much ado, leave that. Much ado about nothing. Shakespeare's play title, Much Ado. The, so here, you see, what covers the Muslims now, like what covered him from making the mistake in Surah Azab, we are told. What covered him in making an oath to his wives in Surah Tahrim, we are told. I was thinking what the Muslims are going to think of this. That no, we don't need okay, he doesn't know no, he knows. He knows. The soul is of the affair of my Lord. So you put everything on your Lord. But you need to know what the soul. Maybe if we find out what the soul is, I've done this live stream about this long time ago, then you could know yourself, like where we came from. And then what could happen is when a Hindu tells us that they know, their rishis and all sages knew what the soul is because they contemplated on it. And they could show a king. We can say, well, we also know God and the soul. So you can see in the Sunni hadiths, if you read this ayat in context, it's not Surah Anfal, sorry, Quran.com. It doesn't, the page has not, so it's from Quran.com, it's not from a Shia. A Shia and Sunni have the same Quran. I hope you understand that. Uh, so this is Surah Isra, 17th chapter of the Quran and 85 verse. And it's about, see, here they've put the soul again. It's ruh, it's not nafs. So you see little slight mistake we could miss the, like I used to wander on the roofs, sometimes contemplating. I had a beautiful roof in the, when it was clean, when we bought the new house. I used to go up and sit on the roof and like watching the stars, the sky, and contemplate on these things. I would start contemplating. So a slight mistake could make you lose guidance, proper guidance. Now we are told about Shaitan so much, and our Imam said do marifat of Shaitan so that you know from where Shaitan can get you. Even to love someone, Shaitan can show this very good in St. Joseph's College principle, and and every good comes from Allah and all bad comes from us. So we need to, like, all this misguidance, I feel, that can mislead a person and we miss the point. So where have we missed? I read Jiddu Krishnamurti and David Bohm, Ending of Time dialogue in a book, compiled in a book. I bought that book and I read it in Karachi. So it resonated with me, and oh my God, Jiddu Krishnamurti saying, where did we take the wrong turn? So having Imam Hussein, having Imam Zain al-Abidin, his Sahifa Sajjadiya book, Psalms of Imam Sajjad, the fourth Imam of the 12 Shias, where have we missed it? And I used to think about my mother too, that she's missed proper guidance. Had she had proper guidance, this would not have happened to her. Because she was an innocent, she was like really sweet soul, innocent, sweet soul. And it got worse and worse for us. So they've put soul here. Now I can't even trust the word by word translation in Quran.com or any other place, you see. So, what would an honorable, reasonable, forget the honorable, what would a reasonable person do? Hang on to this? These are Quran experts. They've printed this. For God's sakes, lives have been at stake, risked, dead, martyred, misguided due to misguidance. I call them martyrs of their own, truth seekers. And we're holding on to this religion like anything. For God's sakes, Khuda ka wasta. I know. So then, somewhere in my life, in the madness also, I'll mention this, that I was getting this, that you were Jeremiah in the dream. So I checked the Bible, which I had in Karachi, and in my hands, I bought the book Bible. So I checked Jeremiah in the Bible, and I was like, no, 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 I don't want to be this prophet. This is crazy stuff. And there are, okay, the evangelists, Christians, they talk about um, Muhammad being crazy stuff going on against Muhammad in the Sunni hadiths. So we had, as a Shia, we had a big challenge, you know. But now that I'm not a Shia, I don't have to go to David Wood or Sira International or Mr. J. P. Fender or Hatun Dash and say something to them, or Christian Prince. A Christian Prince will cut you into, shred you. Uh, so I have an ego there, and my ego comes up and he starts to humiliate people. But he says he's doing this for our own good. Okay, so I mean no bad to him. God bless him, and I wish him all the best. Let him shred us, do whatever shred you. And those Muslims who took it, very good. I salute you. I salute your patience and all this. But let's not act, like over smart with him. He'll shred us to pieces. Anyhow, so this is before meeting Christian Prince was not even in my. I was in Karachi when I was maddened later on, year 1999. So I had this dream and I checked the Bible. And there are other Bible stories, Moses and Aaron and Miriam. I don't know what Miriam and Aaron did. And that's why Miriam had to have this white skin disease on her. And there was another Nu, Hazrat. He got drunk, and his daughters got him drunk. So under that, he's slept with his daughters and all something to that effect. I'll have to show you the stories. So okay, I won't go into detail, but just that they are ridiculous, and that we thought this Quran doesn't have these ridiculous stories about the prophets, and it wants to tell you the truth and correct the Bible. So then what I thought was, then I thought about this prophet too, and maybe some ayat and my own religious crisis. I thought that, and in some other way, I was questioning Imam Hussein, not the ridiculousness, but something else on some other matter. So I said, I don't think, is there something wrong in the brain that people think that they are prophets? So you see the case on Ahmad Mirza Ahmad, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, Ahmadis. Maybe they are right. They don't have an ulterior motive with the Queen of England at that time, Queen Victoria or something like that. And then we had the Ismailis, Imams also separating, schism in Shiaism. And you had the Mutazilites and this. But about this case of prophets, thinking you're a prophet or you're Mahdi or you're the Messiah, I felt that even Jesus Christ could have had a problem. I started to question him. That all these prophets, not only picking on Jesus Christ or Prophet Muhammad, but that every one of them has a problem in the mind. And Bob also, but Bob was executed. So I apologize. I don't mean disrespect. So even the 12 Shias, 12 Imams, crazy stuff going on. Sorry, I have to put it this way. I don't mean to be rude, but what can I do? So if you read no, not read, sorry. If you go to Abdullah Gondal, so when Abdullah Gondal came on Abdullah Samir's channel, I was like, oh my God, this is gigantic work, which I didn't have the strength to do research and all this on the brain. So I wanted to understand the brain. Ke Baba, is there something in the brain which makes a person feel and revelations are coming? So Abdullah Gondal spoke about Dr. Abdullah Gondal, epilepsy. And the science, he's researched so deeply about this. The sweating, feeling how, I've shown you from the Sunni hadiths, And then even in that, when I read, oh yes, when I read Hayatul Qulub, that's not one of the four authentic books, four or five, six. Okay, maybe the Sunnis have six, Sahih Sita, seven, Sita is say. So the Shias have four. Sorry, my Arabic is also like this. Terrible. So maybe four. It's not from the four authentic books, but I had to look at because we do at least take it. And Hayatul Qulub by Allama Majlisi. Oh my God. You know, uh, Abu Muttalib was a nightmare for me when I read that about Abu Muttalib. Abu Muttalib, Bani Abu Muttalib, the Prophet's uncle, sorry, grandfather. Abdullah was his father who died early before he was, some say before he was born, but after he was conceived. So I was like, I can't. Uh, in my case, like, even if I had strength to do this, would it, like, how would I know the truth? What hadiths are true? Okay, compare it with the Quran, but you know, the life of Prophet, and then comparing it with the Quran, and then, okay, comparing the hadiths with the Quran, it's very complicated. Some of the hadiths, how would we know the truth? Uh, and reading someone else's books and life and all this, many, many things like this came into my mind, and doubts remained and crept in, new doubts. So, how to save humanity, human beings, religious also, was a big, big, gigantic step to take. And thanks to this social media, it's kept me alive that when I can't breathe, I can come here and talk about my case and for the record and what's going on every day with me. So, you know, I cannot say how grateful I am. And I'm also grateful to those financially helping me because I cannot work due to my condition. So I'm so grateful that I cannot say. Uh, I bless them. May God give them the very best. But even the prayers, I mean, I blessed the principal's house when I was in London. Every step going, like for myself, if I would read a dua, Ya Rakib 7 times. I mean, I also the Sunni, I had bought this book on Allah, 99 names, and what is zikr Allah? Like if you say it 7 times on your property, yourself and your family, Ya Rakib, you know, it's really good. So walking to sometimes from no from the tube, but walking to my college from my hostel, praying. I would pray for the principal. When I went back, her eldest sister had fallen, had a plaster on her foot. Her nephew had on one side, you know, that what you call it, where you go numb. And when I was in London, her son had this stone in his jaw. It was very, very painful. She didn't tell me when I called her. But after 4 days, I felt this intuition thing, call her or something. And I was like, oh, they're going to think I'm mad calling. You know, I said, once a week, I'll call you mommy from that, etc. shop, phone shop I had found in Earl's Court. We have discount. And I could afford to talk to her and call her. So he was in the hospital, OMI, terrible shock for me. And then when I go back to her, although I had this intuitively told to me that we will give your mommy cancer, 1997, when I couldn't call her, something was wrong with her. And so she was telling me, like, you know, don't love me so much, find a life partner. And one day I called her and she was unable to speak to me. She was like breaking. She was at the this thing. Uh, she was unable to speak to me. So I thought maybe her family could help because she couldn't tell me what was wrong with her. She didn't tell me. And so I stopped calling her and asking people, what should I do? What should I do? So all this shock, no prayer coming true. But kind of like my voice went to my mother, like what the principal said, all this telepathic in London. And then it was confirmed in January when I went to her place, 1999, 18th Ramadan night. So, what would you say about this? Do we need the soul information, or is Allah's information enough? Then why does Allah talk in detail about Shaitan? Hmm? Why does Allah talk about the prophets? Remind, remind them, admonish them about other things, but the soul's knowledge we have been given but little. So I considered what the Muslims would say. Thank God it just came in my mind last night that we have Allah and we have the Dua Samad uh, and Dua Sabasab. Some people told the believers that someone has gathered an enemy against you and they are to coming after you. And they said, Allah is sufficient for us. And you know, Allah is the best of protector, the best of provider, the best of helper. So then why do we need all these stories? But the Ruh, Spirit's knowledge we have been given, it is of the affair of the Lord. So we say, because it says here, the soul is of the affair of my Lord, we don't need that knowledge. Very well put here. We don't need that knowledge, right? You just say Allah. See how, I mean, this, but Shaitan's knowledge we have been given. But the Ruh is of the affair of my Lord, and you have not been given of knowledge except a little. Little knowledge you have been given. And what little knowledge have you been given? This Quran is also like, please tell us where is that? Now it lapses and say truth. What is this? 84? You see, is this a great book? And say, oh Muhammad, my Lord, let my entry in the city of Medina be good? Oh, it's in brackets. I don't want to say, oh my Lord, let my entry be by the gate of truth and honor, likewise my exit by the gate of truth and honor, and grant me from thy presence and authority to aid me. Oh, it's gone to. And say, the truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Surely falsehood is a vanishing thing. Translation from before, not here. 82. And we sent down the Quran, which is a healing and a mercy to the believers, and it only adds to the perdition of the unjust. And when we bestow favor upon man, he turns away and distances himself. And when evil touches him, he is ever despairing. Say, everyone does things their own way, in their own disposition, but your Lord is fully aware of who follows the best guided path. Remember, it's very important. Remember, it's saying path, religious right is right. Lord knows best of him whose path is right. It's very important to follow the right path. 85. And they ask you, O Muhammad, about the spirit. Say, the spirit is of the affair of my Lord. We don't need to know. We don't need to have this too much knowledge of the spirit. And then it said, okay, little knowledge has been given to us. I didn't read that part right now. And if we willed, we could surely do away with that which we revealed to you. Then you would not find for yourself concerning it an advocate against us. So there's a threat to the Holy Prophet. And if we will, we could surely do away with that which we revealed to you. What I have revealed to you, I could surely do away with it. Then you would not find for yourself concerning it an advocate against us, tells the Holy Prophet about the revelation that God has sent on him, except we left it with you as a mercy from your Lord. Indeed, his favor upon you has ever been great. Anything about the little knowledge of the soul? Which other ayat is it hidden in? Or I will have to search for it. Say if mankind and jinn gathered in order to produce the like of this Quran. I see you're jumping to things, Quran, and please give, what a book it is. Have you ever gone to Aaron Ra? But he's American, you'll say Americans are doing this, that. Uh, let's make life easy. Let's see what the person is saying. Is this an intelligent, well put book? No. Shias will tell you that it's like this scattered because Imam, he will explain it. He will put every ayat in order. Imam Ali has said in Najl Balagha, one ayat there and one ayat there. What happened to these, Muslims? Oh my God. So, of course, they're Sunni Muslims. Leave them. Leave them alone. But they're misguided. They don't see it. Alcohol is not haram because there it is not put. In the ayats on alcohol, it's an abomination, it's a great sin. There it is not put haram, Quran ayat. It's just not put haram. Alcohol. Many Muslims, knowing, believing in this kind of a thing, interpretation of Quran ayats or even reading the Quran ayats on face value, would think that alcohol is not haram. Now you gather the ayats of alcohol. Now you tell them and they'll say, yeah, but what about you Shias? What about zikr Allah? What about prayer? What about 5 times obligatory fasting, zakat? They will hit on me. So I don't want those kind of Muslims to come here. And if you're going to kill my Shias, well, you are at liberty, but you will go to hellfire if you are Quran only. But I know to know whether you are Saima Pir type. This friend of mine, right, Muslim. Yeah, but it is not a written haram. Are Baba, then I do my research online. Surah Araf ayat. How the Shias then, like Imam Ali say, one ayat explain another ayat in another place, surah, gather it, then seemingly the Quran is in contradiction. So Aaron Ra falls because on that this looks like a mishmash. It's not for those who want a best-selling New York Times bestseller book. I can answer like this, But now I agree to Aaron Ra. That this book is terrible. So we are told only the pure, and also in Surah Waqia we are told only the pure can touch this. So with Ahl Bayt, with Ali is with the Quran and Quran is with Ali. Prophet Muhammad has left us, and there no disbelievers cannot understand. Those who don't have inclination toward the, because best intellectual give you to obey the rules and regulations. And so this Quran will show its glory to you, to the believers, true believers, sincere ones. Like this, it is a mess. It will not make a, but God testing you from with the Quranites too. Don't worry about it. You say you will believe and that you will not be tested. Surah Ankabut ayat. And or, you know, oh Muhammad, you will grieve yourself to death, but they will not believe. So I go to Iran, or I can grieve myself to death here, but Iran, the state of Iran, the President Raisi, would not listen to me. I can grieve myself to death. And what? But for Muharram, he will get ready to grieve for Imam Hussein, Azadari, and all this. But I can here grieve myself to death for giving the ayat to themselves, to them, hitting their ayat from the Quran. President Raisi. Raisi, right? Not a Rais, Amir, hardliner. With the due respect to him, so how do we do this? They ask you concerning the ruh. You have given us information of the, what information? We not to know if Shaitan is angel, jinn. Jinn, we are told. But explain to us why Shaitan turned out to be a jinni. Jinns are not angels. Surah Jinn ayat. You go to Surah Jinn ayat. They are made of a different way. They are not angels. They're made of fire. And the another Shaitan, Iblis, was made of the fire. And he was a genie. So both things, yes, how much we are told. And what is the soul made of? Can you please tell me? So Imam Ali, you open Najul Balagha, will tell you something about how the creation took place, how angels even were made. Smoke, and yeah, here also Quran, oh, these jinns, the fire, smokeless fire. What is about the smokeless fire? You can, all this confusion, right? You know how important it is. I can go back to Paramahamsa Vishwananda, be how God made. Now, the in Iran they will punish. Forget the hijabis, transvestite. My father hit me. Wear dresses, not a shorts, or I want to be like a boy, tomboyish. I wear, so I have a reason for my, because of my childhood problem. I get it. In Harrods, London. Buy dresses. Why are you buying jeans all the time? You know what? So this problem, transvestite, homosexuality. But one thing Paramahamsa Vishwananda didn't say is about pedophiles and incestual relationships. So before I not go to Iran, violations I see, human rights, there's a lawyer who has been, before this happened, and, Iran, where in Iran, violation, I look at this video, there's a lady, female lawyer, who's talking the government is criticized both for restrictions and punishments that follow the Islamic Republic's constitution. and law and for extrajudicial actions by state actors such as torture, rape. Oh my goodness, this isn't killing of political prisoners. No, no, Sarah, stop here. What America do to Abu Ghraib in Abu Ghraib, the Muslims? I'm not able to speak properly. The beatings and killings of dissidents and other civilians. No, this America bring propaganda against Iran. Iran, great. I also say in Karachi, Iran, great. Huh? So you leave it at that. Forget what America doing. America, kuffar, Lashkar kuffar, superpower, meaning disbeliever. America, Yazid, this, Ibn Ziyad. America, Abu Sufyan. America, Mawiya. America, this. Everything you need to know about human rights in Iran. Amnesty from United States. Forget it. UN, forget all this junk. Forget. Okay, forget it. Wait. Who's that female lawyer of Iran? No, no, don't do. Why not? Let me first, please. Why are you stopping me? Female lawyer. No, Iran, very good. Great. Nasrin Sotoudeh has been defending these women in Iran's courtrooms for years. No, no, no. I tell you, Sarah. Shireen Ibadi, a colleague and client. Yes, Shireen Ebadi, right? Include, oh, America give her Nobel Laureate Prize. America involved. Where is that dystopia to reason? I wonder what he's going to say. I'm going to join him and we will have a great fight if they send me the link to their stream later on. When is it coming? I have to check. Notification is on. Iran, account of horrific abuse of prominent lawyer. Huh? This is Beirut. You know, in Beirut, what the Britishers do, they break Beirut. Long time ago, my grandaunt there. I tell you, this mafia. But, you know, we have our criminals, yeah, but don't blame it on this religion, great religion. Iran, amnesty? No, not to look. So where are we going to get the true, unbiased? I have to see everything, right? Even the Shias, when they were researching, you start with looking at the Umayyad hadiths. Excuse me. Shocking 33, what? 148 lashes. And you want to just, so America, gone case. Excuse me, what happened in Pakistan? And where is Iran helping Pakistan? Pakistani Shias. Employment giving? Iran should make himself like so it can help Pakistani Shias. But if it remains stupid like Imam Ali, by the Lord of the Kaaba, I have succeeded. Sorry, I don't, by the Lord of, so if you want this Shia, by the Lord of the Kaaba, give it the Bizan, hit the Shias. By the Lord of the Kaaba, I have succeeded. Oh God, now even the Brahmin, oh, Husseinis are going to give it to me here. Be respectful, otherwise we will slap you on the face. You said Imam Ali stupid? You stupid. You know how difficult it is, Imam Ali say for us. She, and whoever love me, be prepared, because the mountain fall crumbling on them, life fall on them, sky fall on them. And you have to be prepared for an ascetic life. If you truly, ascetic life, helping the widows, getting married, Prophet Muhammad, and you find any good qualities in them, the widows, the Surah Azab, women, women. Oh, Iran, I give you one from Najl Balagha, and do not go on fire. Sermon 80, women. Imam Ali's sermon 80 from Najl Balagha. Women are evil. Oh, where dystopia to reason, or I pick on dystopia to reason? Where are you? Shall I put here dystopia to reason? America number one terrorist, hidden. From Army Nawabi, I get, oh, this idiot here. Well, he tried to save my life. Because, America give me one bamboo, I disappear from the face of this earth. Not to know, I think a sheikh give me bamboo. And then everyone, Shia, perhaps getting up saying, our Shia got killed in UAE by the UAE, or in London by the UAE. Like we say about Bibi Fatima Zahra. Umar bin Khattab and the Sunnis quite on that. Sorry, sorry, I just burnt, didn't burn my pillow, did I? So I've got my things on the pillow, tabs and all. Office work, human rights activist, Peter Seller, Pink Panther. By the Lord of the Kaaba, he succeeded. Humanitarian values, embodiment of all, no, not to say that believe in last day and Allah and the these poor, najis, impure Hindus, pagan Arabs, sorry. Now you can put them, include them in the verse at that. Humanitarian, don't talk about humanitarian to me. Please. Because there's a verse here, they give water to the, not the same. They giving water to pilgrims, these polytheists. In, I think, Surah Tawbah, we are told they are najis, impure. Give water to pilgrims. How you judge? Right? Why I forget this verse all the time? Surah Tawbah also. Have you made the mere giving of water, what is this, humanitarian or not? So please don't bring humanitarian a name. Iran, one Shia woman is making you, although old, 50 something years old, you have lost. And I'm not your enemy. I left my loved one. Big deal. No, I tell you, this Catholic Christian, she says she half Shia, okay. Her sister come from Canada, older one, eldest, and tell me in August 1989, end of August, that you are a Muslim, she not say, Shia, you can do this. Before her sister, who I love, adore, family friend, I make her like my grandaunt. She say, you spoiled brat, you this, but today freak. I freak out. I freak from childhood, right? And this, then she put it on my love also. Your love is foolish. One day she tell me, I go after a separation period. Okay, she called my love foolish. She called me bad. She said parents, perhaps not to me. Uh, she never blamed my mother. She very good with my mother. But like what her parents not control her. She come in the nighttime, sit outside early morning, 6 o'clock with the car. Driver, chalo, Miss Tisaki car. Let's go to Miss Tisa's house. Or I take the car without license in Pakistan, Karachi. I drive the car to our house. 6 o'clock morning, And so I get it. But in 1989, when her sister come from Canada, well, August, her sister tell me that I'm Muslim, I can do this. I hide from their house. I go, and if someone cut me with a knife, I say blood not coming out. In Urdu, they say, how I feel. And I complain to God again that we're not baptized, and we not have the Holy Spirit, and this, and I write a letter in my diary, but I don't send it. I just write, yes, I'm the sinner. And I leave. 1 year, I joined St. Joseph's College. Slowly, slowly, God helped me leave Miss Tissa for my religion, Shia Islam. But she called me a Muslim, not a Shia, Muslim. And she said, you can do this. It come on my religion, I leave them. Don't bring my religion in this. I'm like this. It's not my religion's fault if we are mischief makers. You see, if I'm your trespasser, I'm the criminal. Don't bring my religion into this. It was a big thing for me. Imam Hussein sacrificed, and you're telling me I'm a Muslim. I can do this. Don't bring my religion in this. I stop. I have a nice Sunni Muslim in St. Joseph's College. Her heart open. She tell me, I go up to her and I say, Miss, to my principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, if we were Christians, I would have made you my, but the child cannot. The parents decide who is the godmother of the child. She said, take me as your godmother. She soda, then I realized that she also likes a soda pani, water, sparkling, those little bubbles coming up, and then like that. One day she tell me, take me as your godmother. We not have to be Christians. Sunni Muslim. Another day, God knows, she get me out of college perhaps. Or her aim is to make me do college. And then BA, she's going to retire in intermediate, and my heart retire too. But did she not listen to me? Then the teachers, so a little bit of my crazy, obsession with my principal. She's so good, soft. She hugged me. She opened her arms for me when I go to her house. And she want to hug me, like she opened her arms for me, not like I used to hug Miss Tissa. But Allah, that Miss Tissa, she single. not married. She's spinster, right? 40 decades older than me. Which man's building I'm going to? Excuse me, crank caller and my grandaunt's son. Hmm? You go to a building and you go to a man. No, no, that's coming later. But before that, he say because some problem happened between his mother, meaning my mother's aunt, because my mother gave them her daughter something they're not listening. Please send our daughter back. Anyways, I was not there when my mother and my her aunt have problem. He called and tell me that I going to man's place. Man, I'm going to man. What a nonsense, Shia. And he talk about and he not even apologize. My father go to apologize for what she do to her aunt. Go to their house, but he never apologized for what he said to me. Nonsense, lies, and then talk about Ghadir, and he even have his email. Ghadir, what a nonsense. Shias feel no shame. Some of these are criminal Shias, I tell you. And we not have an imam. And one day I miss even my uncle, my mother's cousin again, from the mother's side, come. When he enter our house, he say, Babu, he tell my father his nickname, Babu Abdul Hussain. Babu, you know, the Ismailis, Imam, so organized and this and that. And we have these Shias spreading false rumors in our family against us. We not have one person getting up, one person got up from Tandotoro, Hyderabad, came to our house, even though, she risked her life. She say this family friend, no, wait a minute, my aunt, the son and the daughter, friends with, and my aunt, grand aunt, friends with these people, Cindy, yeah. Oh God. So her uncle kill her if he find out that she come to our house. And when we see her off outside, she say, "Okay, don't come out at the gate. Just stand here." And she tried to like go herself out so that adjust their family friend not to see, and her family not to see that she in our house make very friendly with us. Hmm? You know what I mean? So this person, so you see, there was this when my grandaunt and her daughter spread rumors. She was from my mother's side, father's um, side. Father's sister, daughter spread the rumors against us in Hyderabad, having a friend in Karachi who had the links to and family in Hyderabad, not Hyderabad, Deccan, Sindh, Hyderabad. So one day, she spread so many rumors against us, me and my mother's, her cousins, my mother's younger sisters, also not only me. So one day, their family friend person from Hyderabad come, not from Karachi, like the Ejaz by from Karachi. And so, because she spread the rumors, Tandotoro, Hyderabad, whole Tandotoro, thinking we are prostitutes and all this, and I take Hajiri to men, uh, like that. Now, no one able to correct this false rumor spreading against us. And she very scared of her uncle who lives in Karachi, nearby our house, old house. And she said not to come out. But she come to find out for the truth's sake. One lady get up. In Shia, you think America or Israel made her get up? Huh? And not even Iran get up. And she risking her life and her family because Ejaz by very strong uncle of hers or something, relative of hers. She's saying if Ejaz by see me here outside and I'm meeting you, like I could tell them that I just went there to see, yeah, they are prostitutes and all this, very bad people. You know, she could then later on make a story up. She tell us. But if he see in his house nearby, he will kill her or make her like make her not to leave the house in Hyderabad. She bring coffee cake from Hyderabad for us. We not find such a coffee cake, you know, in Karachi. So this happened. One lady we save a whole life. And if rumors, false rumors spreading against someone, this person have that awakening, that consciousness, conscientious. She's so, what it do to her? What make her? Huh? What we give her? We not give her anything. We not give her a car to go back to Hyderabad. We not give her money to go to Hyderabad, back to Hyderabad in a bus. What does she get? She get nothing from us. She bring coffee cake for us. Okay, one night she spent it with my aunts and us. She get nothing else. Just pure love, friendship. But she come for the sake of truth, finding out. False rumors spread against us by another Shia family member. Let be inspired. Hopefully, I hope you will be inspired. So if you are going to talk about Shias, even about humanitarian, what did it say here? Have you made the mere giving of water to pilgrims and the guardianship of the Masjid al-Haram as equal to the works of the one who has believed in Allah and the last day? Khatam shud. Forget this humanitarian. Believe in Allah and the last day and exerted his utmost in the way of Allah. Who was the utmost? Hussein and his family members and his women folk and Imam Sajjad. So how dare we talk about humanitarian? How dare? Isn't it finished here? Humanitarian? If you don't believe in Allah and the last day, so for the disbelievers, there's not even this mere giving of water to pilgrims. Nadeem Sarwar Noha kabutaron ko bhi pani dena. Allah. We cry on that Noha of Nadeem Sarwar. Meaning birds, even birds give water. I go one day to Mehfil Shah Khurasan, Karachi, Imam Barga, and Masjid of the Shias. You know what happened? I see that the clay pot for the birds, water there, outside. Birds coming, drinking water, having some choo, you know, those things, seeds we give for the birds around, and water clay pot in the heat. So, are your enemy? I Iran. Now you will be like this, those Sunnis telling me that I'm a Jewish spy. Oh, Iran. My grandmother Shirazi from Shiraz, like Nusrat Begum, and she learned Sindhi Khoja like her mother tongue. She get married to my grandfather, Sindhi Khoja. So like Nusrat Begum, very, very good in Sindhi Khoja. And I not even learned Irani, Farsi. Huh? Have you made the mirror? You feel no shame? I feel ashamed now, calling myself a Shia. I'm not your enemy. So don't, please see this. How you think? Like Sunni? That so if you not have, why you not given very little knowledge of the Ruh you are given? Because I did, because he don't want you to have knowledge of the Ruh. Not because the Ruh is the affair of Allah. Because I see something missing in my life, in my religion. If he give you the knowledge of the Ruh, what happened? Ruh and Allah. You won't need a prophet, will you? You will just, not all these details. And Shias, even Imam Ali. So first, one point covered, I hope quickly, humanitarian, and I go into my personal stuff. Sorry about that. But humanity, don't talk about humanity and Hazrat Ali being a humanitarian, Imam Ali, right? Because this Quran ayat not fair to the polytheists. Another thing is, what is it? So now I show you sermon 80, and you will not die of shame. Why you say that it only for Aisha? No, no, women it is say, and your prophet marry women, widows to help them, but and mutta doing pleasure. Wait, sermon 80. O people, women are dot dot dot. After the battle of Jamal, concerning women and the shortcomings. So how you know about Aisha? Yes, Sunni hadiths have come. So if these Sunni hadiths were from the Umayyad side, Aisha would not have hidden her jealousy. She broke the bowl. How come against Aisha also these hadiths come? Maybe not in Sahih Bukhari, maybe in Sahih Bukhari also. Some hadiths against Aisha and Hafsa because of Surah Tahrim, not hidden. But the Sunnis make their own reasoning and explain themselves away. Oh, people, he's not saying, he could say, look, now I need expert, neutral, British lawyer. Oh, people, or judge from Britain. Women are deficient in faith. He's just describing the Quran ayats. Deficient in shares and deficient in intelligence. As regards the deficiency in the faith, it is their abstention from prayers and fasting during the menstrual period. This Quran ayat explaining. As regards deficiency in their intelligence, it is because the evidence of two women, Quran ayat, is equal to that of one man. Will you take my evidence? All these women in Iran getting up, protesting. Protesting is getting worse and worse. Please don't burn property and all this. Kill people and hurt people. Evidence. And you put the blame on America and Israel. when your own women evidence deficient in faith, deficient in intelligence? No, no, Imam. And if those Shia religious scholars say that this is for al Mu'mineen, I will kill you. What I mean is that, our spirits have died. Spirit not die, but we, you killed us. You not get up for one woman, right? One woman's right. I will not kill you anyways. Goodness, how I speak. So sorry about that. I getting Alzheimer's, perhaps. As regards deficiency in their intelligence, it is because the evidence of two women is equal to that of one man. This is in the Quran ayat. It's just explaining. For all women, not only Hazrat Aisha. And Bibi Fatima Zahra did not menstruate. Hmm. And you will tell me that I'm being rude against Bibi Fatima Zahra because she met that blind man and she hid from him. And I say she not trust him herself. Sorry, she not trust herself. Oh goodness! But that you will say for the example later on that you're supposed to run away when you see a blind man. Oh my goodness, what the reasoning! You're supposed to give eyes to a blind man. And if Bibi had given eyes to a blind man, I feel like crying. As for the deficiency of the shares, that is because of the shares in inheritance, Quran ayat. So Imam Ali is explaining the Quran ayats for general women, even believing women. So beware of the wait, Hazrat Khadija, what was she when she was a Quraysh? Rich woman. Prophet Muhammad worked under her. She hired Prophet Muhammad because of his trustworthiness. But who was she at that time? Don't forget, like Sunni Muslims do, that she was not a Mu'mineen or even a Ummul Mu'mineen at that time. What the Quraysh make her? Not Islam. Pre-Islamic days, the policies used to bury their infant daughters alive. They didn't bury Khadija the Kubra, Hazrat Fatima Zahra's mother afterward, like she become. So beware of the evils of women in general. Be on your guard even from those of them who are reportedly good. Do not obey them even in good things. Huh? Okay. So you're saying here, Imam Ali saying, do not obey them even in good things. What did they leave them? And then in Surah, please keep this in mind, right? This general for women. How you put Aisha down. Oh, do not obey them even in good things, but take pleasure out of them. And don't give me Surah Rum ayat 21. That God have sent sign. Your couples, your partner, marriage partner is made for you to relax and have calmness. So where is it now? It is not lawful for you to marry other women after this, nor to change them for other wives, even though their beauty attracts you. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So some Shias put here, not the beauty, goodness of a woman. So Imam Ali followers, Shia Ali, look at this sermon again. Where is it? Oh my God. How do you judge? Surah Nisa or when God is calling you to fight? Because men, women, children are screaming for help. Oh Allah, send from you yourself a helper. How do you judge that fighting not good, war not good? Well, if I take you to Khaybar and Khandak and Bani Qurayza, whose women, children were screaming, you will take me to Karbala? I will bring you back to Khandak, Khaybar, Bani Qurayza, Bani Nadir. And why marry when there's no good in women? You're not even supposed to listen to anything good they say. Women's voices hushed, and you don't see it. Ali, Shia Ali, you don't see it, and you expect me to keep quiet? Huh? Okay, I get Al Dash Islam, my Shia side. Now my heart cannot go on. Do you see it? But I have to go on. Do you see the Muslim women of the Bani Qurayza, the Bani Nadir, and what Imam Ali say? Forever we Muslim. Do not obey them. So men are not supposed to obey women, right? Then how come the women are supposed to obey men? Is this not fair? If you fear disobedience, that verse in Quran, also this point coming, my heart bleeding. I'm very emotional. Sorry. I have to take a break. Did I finish my first tea? Oh my God. So urgent emergency help Irani Shias and also help him. President Raisi, stop stop all that, in courts, Sharia court, finish, close it. Raisi, I appeal to you, President of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, for the sake of humanity. Women, Hazrat Ali, Jew? Hazrat Ali, Zionist? Hazrat Ali worse than Zionist. Hazrat Ali worse. And with Prophet Muhammad, including. At that time, no, Jews were there. But how do I explain it to your hearts? Please stop the Islamic laws and all this. Give women their rights. Drop this religion. Because first I came here, yes, I say, common people, if you want to practice your religion, but don't apply the Islamic laws and everything, I'm showing you this is for the sake of humanity. But when I show you for the sake of humanity, you will tell me something like this ayat in Surah Tawbah, water to the pilgrims. Now I'm really melting down, huh? Not allowed. Not the same. And later on you see not allowed in Surah Tawbah. Surah Anfal or Surah Araf also. Not equal, right? How he bring his grandson Hussein into the forefront. So you want to talk about human rights and humanity? This religion is lacking. Please see this. Surah Tawbah at 19. Have you made the mere giving of water to pilgrims and the guardianship of the Masjid al-Haram as equal to the works of the one who has believed in Allah and the last day and exerted his utmost in the way of Allah? So Hussein going to save this religion, and if you're going to say Hussein went to save humanity, us, I'm sorry, I don't believe in that. Hussein did not go to Karbala. Hussein did not get up. You know how many letters, Hussein making excuses and then saying that he had to be very sure that he helped the Kufans. Kufans writing letters to Hussein. So I not want to give your conditioning much pain. But this ayat, the last part of Surah Tawbah, ayat 19, who tried the utmost in religion, letters of the Kufans to Imam Hussein. How he, let's go to the most, this site. After 2 days, the people of Kufa sent about 150 letters, each of which was from 1, 2, or 4 men. Most of these letters were brought from Kufa to Makkah by Qais bin Mashar, Saydawi, Abdurrahman, and Amara. Not reading the whole name, sorry. 2 more days passed, and then the supporters of Kufa sent a letter to the Imam through Hani bin Urwa. Assalamu alaikum. Sayyid bin Abdullah Hanafi. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. This is a letter to Hussein bin Ali from his Muslim and faithful supporters. Shias, be quick and hurry up, for the people are waiting for you, and they do not look towards anyone other than you. Hurry up, hurry up. Adrikni, adrikni. We repeat. Now, okay, I'm getting emotional conditioning coming. We repeat, make haste, make haste. Hadrikni, adrikni. Nade aliyun masarala joyab. And peace be upon you. And about the last Imam, Adlal Bala, what in dua for the Imam Mahdi. Adrikni, adrikni. Thereafter, Shabat bin Rabi, Hajar bin Abjar, and all wrote the following letter. The gardens and the deserts are green and fresh, and fruits have ripened. Proceed whenever you like. Your Iraqi soldiers are ready to receive you, and peace be upon you. Letters from the Kufians piled up with the Imam, piled up, and the messengers from Iraq gathered in Makkah. The Imam sent the following reply to the Kufians. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. From Hussein bin Ali to the believers and Muslims of Iraq. Hani and Saeed, your last messengers, have brought your letters. I have read what you have written and pondered over it. You have written that you do not have an Imam and asked me to come to you so that Allah may perhaps draw you together on truth. They don't have an Imam from a distance? And guidance through me. Now I am sending to you my cousin Muslim ibn Aqil for suicide. Imam is making Muslim ibn Aqil. He's putting him. He's sending him to Ibn Ziyad over there. Suicide. What great. Now I'm sending to. Oh my goodness. whom I have full confidence. You know, Muslim Ibn Aqil, Shaheed. If he writes to me that your elders and wise men confirm what your messengers say, that's it. I end this. Threat. I just dropped my mobile. Sorry if your Shia feelings. And Allah on the Kufans who turned away and betrayed Imam Hussein all the time. Every year, Mahara. Goodbye. I will come again. I need a little break, melting down point.